And we're back.
Hello, everyone.
We're gonna try to do these little things. Hopefully they make sense to you. Hopefully fun to us. Maybe Sean will shuffle. Can't tonight though. But yeah, basically I figured the best way to give it to you guys is on YouTube since
That's how you watch us already. Treat it like a podcast. Feel free to download it using any of the illegal downloading sites. Listen to it on your iPod.
We give you permission to download it. It's not illegal now. Fuck it. Unless the owners of Britney's musical interlude want to sue us.
Yep. We'll give you guys a link to them. Great channel if you ever want to hear anything about
Guess the opening to Britney Spears concerts?
Yep. I'm actually not sure if anyone else, if they have any other videos uploaded, but we can only guys video.
Just search for, like, fun musical interlude and just pick the video at random.
Oh my god, I'm gonna send this to you in this window.
Half of the person's channel. This is the greatest I've ever seen.
Okay. Remember, there will be a link below if you'd like to play along.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're probably gonna, you could probably also fast forward. We're probably gonna do like timestamps in the bottom too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Ooh, look
I
at
like
this.
Saga.
This is gonna change everything about your life.
The Black Brittany? Oh my god.
Just soak it all in.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It's a Black Britney Spears impersonator.
You guys have to go to this.
It's the Black Britney because the Black Britney Spears impersonator. She's on a lot of videos. Hasn't been active for a couple months though.
Yeah. You guys want to see this. Trust
Yeah,
me.
you do.
If anything else, it's gonna give you a good time.
Yeah. Ain't nothing but a good time.
Does my roommate have a child?
I don't know. I've never met your roommate.
Okay.
Lame.
No, he
No, just
said...
kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go to his Facebook, so I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, Big Brother. I don't watch Big Brother. Tell me if I should though.
I don't know.
Should we tell them how they can contact us if they want to be a part of future
Yeah.
episodes?
Yeah, guys, this is gonna be way more interactive because the way I think going with wrestling and stuff.
At least according to WWE. Speaking of which, follow me on Twitter.
Yes.
Feel free to Skype us, send in questions, answers, anything you want us to talk about specifically.
Just send us answers and we'll come up with questions. I like the we like everything.
Yes, quick answer to guys. How to contact us. You can Skype us, mike.guyswithsteelchairs.
I'm Bufar.guyswithsteelchairs. I don't check Skype that often, but we're gonna Skype for this, so we'll get messages if you can leave voicemails. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you guys leave us a voicemail, we will try to get you into the show as a voicemail.
We hope that Skype has this feature, because we're kind of banking on it.
Yeah. And even rely on Wednesday nights around 9 o'clock, us just being on Skype, and feel free to call into the show. If you do, we'll put you in.
Yeah,
And-
maybe not everyone. No guarantees.
Well, I mean,
We'll
yeah.
try.
And, I mean, if we regret it, whatever. That makes our show fun. So, do
Yeah.
something that we'll regret. Okay.
Twitter? Are we going to do Twitter?
Sure. My Twitter is @LustinJabbar. It was originally going to be a parody website of the great wrestling journalist Justin LeBar, but now it's
Truly the great show this time.
now it's just my wrestling Twitter.
And I'm at Occasional Smart, because I'm a smart occasionally.
Yeah, it's wrestling fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk news. We're talking about track news. I know it's not sweet to do it.
I think the spoilers are up. I don't know though. I think it's
No.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Smackdown passed. I mean, the actual Smackdown that we will be recording for. I don't think we know.
Right. The one that didn't happen yet. Or that did happen, not the one that didn't happen yet.
Right. Yeah, we're just gonna try to give you guys a whole bunch of sex
Yes. All different sex.
from
Sex with a CT or sex with an X? We'll leave that to the viewers to decide.
Okay, yeah.
I crack myself up.
Fan favorite still applies. Vote for things that aren't us for fan favorite.
Yeah, but then vote for me, like, once, and then I'll just, like, win the whole thing, because fan favorite wins always, I
Yeah.
think. Does that
Best,
still hold up?
best comment in the comment section or on any of our Twitters. We'll do like a little tweets of the week section or like comment section where even if it's people we don't know, if we just have Twitters that we see someone tweeted something funny, we'll just shout out to that tweet whether or not you listen.
Yeah, so you could be on our show and not even know about it, as it turns out.
Right. So, let's talk about wrestling news. We're recording on a Wednesday, so we'll start from last Wednesday, go through.
Last one.
Yeah, we should cite our source for this because we're college students. The GreatWrestleZone.com is helping us out with this.
Yeah, we're going to go back another page. We're starting on Wednesday.
Well, I mean, I don't start with this.
Yeah, you can pick the topic. I'll just
It's a
try and
great
follow
way
along.
to start off this show.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler and said ex-girlfriend ended their relationship because the sex was too athletic.
Yes. Now, in defense of his ex-girlfriend's Amy Schumer. I don't know if you've watched any of the Comedy Central roasts. I think just this last one, the Roseanne one. Amy Schumer isn't exactly the sort of person who would enjoy doing anything athletic just by looking at her. I mean, for all I know, she's like, works out every day or whatever. But, she's not exactly the most fit person in the world. I had a bit for this morning, but I forgot.
Yeah.
You're fat, that's the joke. Laugh.
Okay. So we just offended celebrities.
Sorry, Amy Schumer. You're funny, but you're, not Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler also looks like a pole. He doesn't really look muscular, but he is, so good for him.
Would you have sex with Dolph Ziggler? I guess that's really what we're getting at.
I guess that's what we're getting at. Me, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Dolph Ziggler asked you to put it in his butt. Would you put it in his butt?
I don't know. I'll go with yes for now, but that's a tentative yes.
Okay.
How about you?
Absolutely. Ziggler, if you're listening to this, hit me up. You know my Skype.
What if he will only do it if he gets to put it in you?
Probably not. Sorry, Dolph. You're my baby.
What if he just wants to dress up with animals and do like a sort of masturbation type thing?
Not happening. Then I thought you were gonna say like dress up, use stuffed animals, and make a YouTube video. In which case, I would absolutely make a YouTube video.
Oh yeah, Dolph, if you want to do that, please pick us up.
We will dress up and make and play stuffed animals with you.
Because I think we did a sock puppet video, stuffed animals isn't that far off.
We'll have a tea party with you. Unless you want to help out with it, guys with steel chairs for fish, which is my favorite.
Yeah, it was never happening.
It's essentially this, but with fish. Alright. So, next up,
Forgetting jokes no one will get.
new polls show Linda McMahon leading her political opponent. Think this will have any effect on wrestling?
No.
Okay. Same. Ring of Honor wants to partner with non-for-profits, so if you have a non-for-profit, hit them up.
Good for them, I guess.
I'm just reading things off WrestleZone. I didn't prepare this week.
I feel like we said we were going to do that at the onset of the show.
Yeah. Oh, NXT. This is sort of important. They taped Punk and Rollins fighting.
Really?
Yes. Which means it's going to be on NXT at some point. I didn't read this.
Will you think it aired recently?
No, well, they've been taping 3-4 weeks at a time. Probably to save money.
Yeah.
They don't have any.
Yeah, WWE has no money.
Right.
It's because they're giving millions of dollars and millions of dollars to the primetime players.
Who deserve it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they don't.
And we know Darren Young personally.
I mean, we don't know him personally, but we saw him wrestle live in an indie fed.
Yeah, before he was Smith.
We're hipsters, okay? That's the point of this.
We're better than you.
One picture of making a flat cap smoking a pipe. Is that up?
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically
It will be, hopefully.
Yeah, so hopefully this match is awesome, because I want it to be. And
I have nothing else to say. I'm happy that they did it.
Yeah, me too. No comments. Further.
Saw something that Sheamus wants Undertaker at Mania, but I don't think that's happened. I'll talk about it a little bit more.
Now or when?
Like 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm gonna scroll through the news, but I don't think there's anything else to in-depth things at all. We think of anything?
No, I don't know what page you're seeing.
Brodus Clay says the Funkasaurus is close to who he is.
Okay. I know they're trying to push this thing where people are actual people overgrown caricatures.
The Funkasaurus isn't the best way to do that.
I know, but it actually is, and then we on the air and give them who you are, and he came up with Funkasaurus.
He actually thinks he's a dancing dinosaur from the 70s.
Maybe that's why he keeps instructing people to call his mama, to snap him back to reality.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay, so now we can talk about, due to the great wrestling journalist that is Justin LeBar.
Justin LeBar actually is my name. I don't know that for a fact.
Yes, he's named after a senior citizen. Woman. According to his full-on report, they are leaving the door open for the possibility of Lesnar and Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Well, I guess that would be an interesting match.
This was an actual report on WrestleZone that it possibly happened.
Well, I mean, when you go get dirt sheets, you go for, we think this is going to happen, this might happen. I mean, it's hard to know, like, what they're going to do, especially when they leak blatantly wrong information intentionally, so that sites like this will look bad.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, it's funny to me, though, that they just say, this might happen, because if that's the case, we could own a wrestling website and say, fuck it, Santino might wrestle Undertaker at Mania.
I still think this is a good idea.
It could happen.
There's also the parody one. I forget what it's called, where they upload things that are just, like, it's like the Onion for wrestling dirt sheets.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Saturday Morning Slam's gonna happen, and no moves to the neck or head is official. They promote, like, when you click on the guide thing on your TV, it comes up there and says that that won't be happening, so it sounds pretty official to me.
So yeah, I guess they're trying to make it appeal to parents more of like, hey look, it's not that violent, even though they're not really hurting themselves, but you don't want to tell your kid that because then you'd be ruining go for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's too big of a deal.
No, it's not like internet smarks are going to watch Saturday Morning Slam, especially if it's just a recap of the shows you already watched or watched and read spoilers for, and then like a dark match.
Yeah.
And we want to see the dark match, but then you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't encourage it.
Undertaker gave to a child.
Undertaker?
Yes.
He was a guy. How does it?
Undertaker.
You can do a good one.
Exactly. No, him and Michelle McCool had a baby, apparently.
What should we name it?
Little Taker. I don't even know if it's a boy.
They just decided that other way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess Taker can be whatever gender it wants to be.
Especially when it's Lil. If it's a girl, let's call it Lil. And if it's a guy, let's call it Taker. They can even check.
Yeah.
They filled out the paperwork before it was born.
Sure. Or she. Yeah, that's all the real news that happened. If we missed anything, yell at us. Call us.
Title match for Night of Champions.
Dickhead. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that more when we get into Raw and stuff.
Okay.
Should we talk about something?
Something? Yeah.
Alright.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, hypothetically, we could talk about last week's Smackdown. I just don't know what happened.
Yes. Tell me what happened.
I don't know.
Let's go for WrestleZone again.
Viewers, make sure you're not reading this week's on accident.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
I actually don't use WrestleZone that much, so I don't know how to find this.
Yeah, I know. I actually know how to find old Smackdown.
There was a second till I don't know. Now would be an ideal time to go find some sort of hack in your head.
Or I guess, if you're listening to us while watching something interesting, make sure that the volume on thing like this. I mean, yeah, if you want to warning this would be a good point. Oh, yeah, lower the volume, and then when we start having interest. Much for the non-you might just I think secretly a large number of people who don't care for the audio or are ambivalent about the audio. What are you telling? Comments the apps along with the internet. If you actually commenting your preference on audio and more in the YouTube comments, it will raise the level of YouTube comments. Like a YouTube comment will have gotten bigger. That's how bad YouTube comments are. Yeah, I don't know where we could. Oh, Smackdown recap. Here we go. Where's this? I don't know. Just send me a link in Skype. Which way we're supposed to read it. Oh, okay, here we go. Booker T starts off another rousing episode of SmackDown. I find it funny that Booker is his real name is Booker, and his job now is to be the Booker.
I think it's a nice bit of, I guess, foresight on their part, deciding he should be Booker T, knowing that he would be the SmackDown Booker. That's how this works, right? They know storylines years and years in advance because it's all fake. Coke, I guess. Yeah, that's how that works, right? They plan years and years in advance because wrestling is fake, right, guys? Right? Someone? Are you there? Oh, thank you.
So he announced that there will be a #1 contender match later
Was
in
it
the
a
night.
tag match? Oh, sorry, not tag.
Yeah, who do you think he is? Teddy Long?
Listen to Teddy Long.
Or in Del Rio will happen later in the night. Didn't watch it, so I can't tell you much about it.
I also didn't watch.
I like the idea of Booker T as general manager. I just want to put that out. Like, I haven't really watched SmackDown much since, but just the being of Booker T as general manager just humors me.
When I heard the announcement that AJ was going to be on Raw and Booker was going to be on SmackDown, I thought, you know, Booker makes sense. AJ, really? But as it turns out, AJ is, like, doing a great job, and from what I heard from the guy that looked like Daniel Bryan that sat at our table at Hooters for the pay-per-view, he says that Booker T isn't doing that good of a job. I mean, I know he's not the guy calling all the shots and stuff, he's just, like, the character.
What are you talking about?
What?
You said he's not the... I thought he was general manager of SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Like, people happy with him.
Okay.
You're AJ.
Okay, but...
Apparently, crazy people are better at running entertainment shows.
Okay. But wrestling's real, right? Like, what he says is actually his ideas and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I know.
Ryback defeated Jinder Mahal.
Who?
Ryback? Goldberg?
No, but he only fought one guy.
Yeah. But it wasn't a jobber.
It was Jinder Mahal.
Well,
Is Jinder Mahal not a jobber?
It was a jobber with an actual name.
Not Millard Fillmore and the other dick president. That's still the best one. That set the box. Millard Fillmore and someone, and they came out and they had like a little beat poem. It was amazing. Favorite Ryback match to date.
Today was the only day in my entire life that mentioned beat poetry, and it's now been part of a conversation twice.
Yeah, you brought up beat poetry earlier this morning, despite not talking about beat poetry at all. Just a beat poet.
Right. But I find that funny. Are you guys fans of beat poetry? I want to know.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Or via Skype.
Yeah.
Her friend who wrote a beat poem. I imagine multiple, but I only heard one. She follows me on Twitter, so she might be listening to this.
Layla Alicia Fox? Probably good. I'm not gonna
this seems like a good combo as far as go.
I heard something, whether it came up on the WWE app or happened on Smackdown, but apparently Eve has a work tag team, something about tag teams in the past couple of years that she's going to reveal on SmackDown this week. I think, yeah, I read on the, I don't know, she actually mentioned on SmackDown this week, though. But on the official WWE.com app, they were talking about it a little bit.
So she's just going to talk about past tag teams?
Well, she's probably going to bring up something about the tag team division sucking, would be my inquiry.
Well, I mean, when I first started watching, swung and going a little big of a side, when I first started watching, I really liked the tag division. I don't know why, I just thought it was so cool that you have 4 people, and then, like, when I slowly came to realize that it's just other people they're throwing in there just to, like, justify them being and still having a contract. And, it's not like they're hiring tag teams, they're just getting people and forcing them to tag wrestle, which doesn't work for everyone.
Right. Hopefully, I mean, maybe they are going to try to change something. I know
Yeah.
it's a typical Sean line, but maybe if they're actually bringing up the fact that it sucks in some capacity, maybe they are. I mean, it probably won't work, let's be honest.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm glad that they're recognizing it and trying to change it.
Yeah.
And when you said typical Sean line, I was thinking, say, maybe they're going to bring DX back.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know. I guess when we first started doing this, we all had, like, characters. Like, I was an egghead before eggheads were a thing, because I'm, like, legitimately a hipster in real life. But Sean's was DX guy, and he was just going to always talk about how he wanted DX to come back. And I'm pretty sure he's actually wearing a DX shirt in the first video to go along with his character. And, like, I spear someone, and I looked like Egg at the time. So, yeah, fun fact about Guys with Steelchairs history. I don't remember any of the guys. I think Kelly was just Kelly. I forget yours.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think for the straight man, like, you were going to not have a character, and you were going to play off that.
Could be.
was a
Heath
while
Slater
ago.
and Sin Cara. They probably killed each other.
Probably. Sin Cara probably got injured.
Yeah. Heath Slater won, which I'm surprised about there. I mean, with the 1000th episode thing, they gave him the Legends. I know he lost, but it's a big deal that, like, he's going up against Legend. Like, I don't know if they care about him, or, like, if he something nice to someone backstage. Blue Vince.
You know, I'm not, like, a Heath Slater fan, but I'm glad that, like, Sin Cara isn't just, like, steaming everyone they go up against.
I imagine Vince just in the back, like, hey, he's the one-man Southern rock band. And then that just gets him off. He just masturbates the idea of a one-man Southern rock band.
It's his lifelong fantasy.
Yeah.
That's why he married Linda. He thought she was a one-woman Southern rock band.
Yeah, turns out she's a politician.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yep. World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus defeated Dolph Ziggler by disqualification.
To say exactly how?
Nope. I can look up maybe.
Okay.
It looks Dolph hit Sheamus with the briefcase based on this small little picture.
Yeah,
Think Ziggler's gonna cash in? Think he's gonna wait it out for a while?
I mean, they...
Is Ziggler Jericho at Mania a possibility? I mean...
If Jericho's back by then, I would love to see
Do we
that, because...
think Jericho's going to be back by then? I know most people are saying that.
I mean, we can really just look up when his tour is over, and then know that that's the soonest he could come back.
Well, not necessarily, too. Depending on if he has Monday dates, just don't do house shows. Only do house shows, only do pay-per-view. Like, they could work it around so the tour is not a big deal.
Oh, I know, but if they wanted to, I don't think they would have fired him, because he's doing a tour in the U.S., I think just like the East Coast, possibly just, you know, this side of, like the east side of Mississippi. So, if they really wanted to, they could have, like, flown him out every Monday for a show, or every, like, Tuesday for a taping if they wanted to put him on SmackDown. They really could have made it work if they wanted to. I think he can want to. I think being on the road with the band and then traveling out and doing Raw and stuff, I think that's a lot for one person to be doing. Especially when, you're hindering the band. Because I know Monday is the hottest day for a concert, but I'm pretty sure they're doing concerts pretty much whenever they can get venues. They're trying to get a lot of dates, I think, because it was a pretty busy schedule.
His band's not that good. They shouldn't.
It's not a bad band. I'm told they're big in Europe, but metal just isn't really popular in America anymore, unless you're, like, Metallica. And, like, I don't even know if Metallica's still together, but if they can have an album tomorrow, people would buy it. But, like, there aren't, like, new metal bands that are doing well in this country. But there's apparently a huge metal scene in Europe, and they're super popular there, and they go to, like, festivals, and they're, like, a big name. Like, if you say Fozzy on the street, there's a chance someone will know what you're talking about, as opposed to here, where if you talk, they'll go, huh? Or, is that, like, Jericho's band?
Surprisingly, yes. More people recognize wrestling things than you would expect. Start bringing them up to people, because no one in real life talks about wrestling, and more people should, because it's a top downloaded app, and people actually watch it, and there's things to show that, but no one wants to talk about it, because it's weird to talk about wrestling. So do it. Go up to a stranger tomorrow, and ask them if they watched Raw.
Oh, can I tell, like, a story from today?
Oh, fuck it, go ahead.
Okay,
I thought you slept all day.
I did, but then I woke up and walked the dog and ate dinner, and then I texted you. So when I walked the dog, I'm walking down the street, and I see this kid. He's doing archery in his driveway, so already I like this kid. He shoots the bow, like I hear it going, and he yells, "For the millions in attendance, let's get ready to suck it!" And then he does the arm chop, and I'm like, this is my new favorite little kid ever. But I can't go over and talk to him, because now I'm the creepy guy.
That is a valid point.
Like, I think that's the problem with wrestling fans. I feel like whenever I see one, it's like a little kid, and I can't go over and talk to him, because then the parent gets creeped out, and will drag them away.
I have met few adult wrestling fans in my life, but I am willing to talk about wrestling to adults.
Oh, I'm more than willing, but, like, we had a club at school where we would just sit around and watch Raw, but everyone there but me just bitched about how wrestling used to be good and is trash now, which I think is the main problem.
Fans can't be like that, period. I think,
why
would you watch something that you don't like?
Well, I saw this thing, I was on Reddit, they said, how many of you watch wrestling because you feel like you have to? And I'm like, if you feel like you have to, if you're not enjoying it and you're just watching it because you feel like you have to, you should stop.
Stop, yeah.
Like, it's a big time commitment.
Yeah.
I guess a monetary commitment if you're buying pay-per-views. It's, if you're not enjoying it, then just don't. I mean, I would recommend that anyone watch, like any adult, just watch maybe an episode of Raw once with a wrestling fan, just so that you can, like, understand what they're thinking. That you don't, like, automatically judge them for doing something that only kids do, because it's not something only kids do.
Give it a chance, like homosexuality. Give it a chance.
Okay. If you don't enjoy that one episode, or if you just still don't get it or whatever, then just, like, if you don't get it, you should stop watching, in my opinion. I would continue doing something I hated if I could see, like, there was some greater benefit I was getting from it.
Yeah, and there definitely is no greater benefit to watching wrestling. Sorry. There really isn't.
Enriching your life, it's entertainment.
Exactly. Speaking of Europeans, because we had a great segue before and then we just smashed all over it. Anthony Cesaro and Exana sock Santino Marella. I don't know what that means.
Sock? It means they, like, hit.
Okay.
Box them in the face, you punch them.
Yeah. I like this. The idea of them together is funny to me. I wonder if they're doing anything. I don't know. I've only seen Anthony Cesaro's first match.
I've never seen any of his matches. Is he the guy who's USA champion now?
Yeah, he was in the Kings of Wrestling in Ring of Honor. You've seen some stuff.
I've heard of him. I've never seen him wrestle though.
You saw one match of his in Ring of Honor against Shelton Benjamin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Okay, well I've seen one of his matches. But the point is, he's USA champion. He didn't win it at the pay-per-view. He won it in the dark match, which I know they're putting on YouTube and it's not really a dark match, but it's the dark match.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good too if they're doing it on YouTube to have it change.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like, hey, something can happen. You should watch it.
but I mean, they do that to house show tickets too. And I don't know. I understand that they're a big social media push, but YouTube is not the place to be doing that. I guess if you're trying to draw people to your YouTube content, that's the way to do it. But it's not going to happen again for like at least a year.
The reason why I think it's a bad idea is because it's also encouraging people to just live stream the whole fun pay-per-view.
Yeah, right. It's
Not like people aren't going to do that anyway.
it's like if like you don't have the money to buy pay-per-views anymore. We used to get a lot of people, and we could all chip in like $5 and we'd be able to buy it.
Or we go to Hooters, which
Yeah, now,
I still believe it's the best.
yeah, now we go to Hooters and it's cool because we get to hang out with other wrestling fans, kind of. The whole, like, when things happen, everyone there, like, when CM Punk comes out, everyone yells it's clobbering time, except, like, the little kid who hates Punk.
Yeah.
But there will be a little kid who likes Punk, and he'll be like, oh my god, little kid likes Punk.
A lot of the same people go.
Yeah. You freak out all the
It's a
servers.
family. It's a family at Hooters.
Fine. Just weird having, like, it's a room full of wrestling fans. Like, it's, like, rare that you see that outside of the
We
show.
are talking too much about Smackdown. I just really, we're like,
Talking about SmackDown, how much of that was actually about SmackDown?
yeah, true. Kofi and R-Truth defeated Primo and Epico. Congratulations.
Epico's still a team?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm thinking Carlito Primo. I'm like, yeah, Primo Epico, that's more reasonable. Is Carlito still around?
No, I think he's dead.
Okay.
I'm serious.
I'm looking there up.
Is Carlito dead?
Is Carlito?
In the comment section, everyone should make up ways that Carlito died.
Yeah, will read the best one on air.
Yep.
No, he's not dead.
Hell, we might read all of them, considering
Yeah,
we might
we
get
have-
like
nice.
2. If we get 2, we'll read all of
I
them.
won't read into his Wikipedia article in depth, but there's no death date in his little, like, box. There's
And-
a born, no death.
If you guys edit his Wikipedia so that he did die, and by the time we check it, it's still up there, we will announce you will automatically be fan of the week.
I guess, yeah. Well,
Del Rio defeated Orton for #1 contender.
ooh. Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting Orton to become a #1 contender. But that would have been a good match.
I don't know how I feel about Orton.
The thing is, I hear all these matches and think that would have been a good match. Not gonna make me watch SmackDown. I also don't know how I feel about Orton. We can go back to that. Continue.
Yeah, every time I see him wrestle, I feel like he's going through motion.
Well, was it you who said that whenever he's ace, you feel like he's going through the motions? I still think he's ace. Let's see, man. I don't think heel. I mean, I like him, but he's still a heel in my mind. Which is why it's weird seeing him tag with, like, Sheamus. Because Sheamus, all I know about Sheamus' current feud is that he stole car. So, and, like, passing it off as being, like, the good guy, which I still can't believe.
Hey, it happens. Right. We're gonna move on to Raw,
Woo.
I believe. Raw's 3 hours now. In case you're
Yeah, I'm still not used to that. 3 hours is a lot. 3 hours is 1/8 of your entire day. Not your time, your week, like your 24-hour day. So if you sleep for 8 hours, and then you watch Raw,
I gotta redo the math, but I figured it out that with the 2-hour Raws, if you watch 2-hour Raws, pay-per-views, and when it was 3 hours, the 3-hour Raws, you wasted 2 weeks of the entire year on wrestling. Like, an actual 14 24-hour days on wrestling.
I mean, I wouldn't call it wasted, you would get it, because it's not like you would be doing something for the night instead.
And that is true, but you spend a good...
You did spend a whole lot of time, like 2 weeks is a lot of time. But 2 weeks every year, not like 2 weeks out of your whole life, 2 weeks every year.
Yeah,
That adds up.
absolutely. And, I mean, I
And
guess...
now it's more with the 3-hour Raws every single week.
Yeah.
So, probably about, maybe a little less than a week more. Probably 5 more days, I would say.
Plus, if you counted the time that you spend, like, talking about wrestling or reading Smackdown spoilers and stuff like that...
Or making stupid videos on YouTube that nobody watches.
Podcasts on YouTube that nobody fucking listens to.
Right, exactly.
Right, you're spending a lot of time. Like, I would be 3 weeks if you are, I would say, the average internet spending, you know, I don't know how much time you spend. If you spend, like, an hour a week, let's say 2 hours a week plus the additional hour of Raw, which 2 hours a week is very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
You check SmackDown every day, that's easily going to be like 10 minutes every day.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15. Whatever, too much math, we should try and be interesting.
Okay, should we talk about Raw? Is Raw interesting?
I guess.
We watched it.
Fire Just still 90 minutes.
Shut up.
What was that?
I'm clicking on things, and you know how WrestleZone is.
I'm finding out.
Okay, so Jerry Lawler and Punk engaged.
Oh wow, that's so weird, because they had a match.
In a heated war of words. I thought that was clever. Nobody probably liked that joke.
I liked it.
Good. Punk wanted Lawler in a match, and he got it. That's it. That's all that happened in the opening segment.
Their commentators, they use something. I mean, I know Lawler was a wrestler, and he's in the Hall of Fame, and he did pretty. When we get to the main event, we'll talk about that. But like, the whole thing, I'm sat big as much like it as it did, and I think they stopped calling out commentators because they're not. They are on-screen talent, but they're not in-ring talent. There's a difference, and I think there's like a line that needs to be drawn.
It's cool when it's Booker T or someone that can wrestle. With Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler and JR can't. JR would actually die in the ring.
Well, right, but JR isn't there anymore, unfortunately. I mean, Lawler did better than I thought. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Right back to Swagger.
Oh, like an actual person, I guess. Swagger's like an actual wrestler still, right? He's not just a jobber.
Right.
Actual wrestler with a name. Step up for Ryback.
Yeah. Good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I don't know where this Ryback thing is going. Hopefully it goes somewhere.
I mean, whenever they bring someone out, they always have like this undefeated streak for a while. I just think that with him, they decided they would throw like lots and lots of people at him.
Yep. He's his log at this point.
Yeah.
Well, not. Leland and Natalia wore all white and they wrestled.
Is the fact that they wore all white significant?
I don't think so. I just see them wearing all white.
Oh. They wrestled against each other?
Yeah, the one.
Oh. I can see what that might be confusing because generally when you see divas in the ring, it's like some sort of tag team action because they like knocking both of those matches out in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Color coordinated because, you know, you can't tell the wrestlers apart. Or at least the divas, really.
Yeah.
Because they pick people up with like...
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was going to say Cena beat Miz.
Yeah.
It's funny
that was pretty early on.
It's funny that was a WrestleMania match.
And now it's just like filler match on Raw.
Yeah. I don't understand what it is with Miz. I have no problem with him.
No, he's still good, I think. I haven't seen him wrestle in a while now I think about it.
Yeah, but... You know what? Realistically, he needs a new finisher. That would be it. That's what he needs.
Sure.
Yeah, that's his
yeah, he's on the... Like, he's not up on the money, that's on the money, but he's good.
He's good. I would, other than CM Punk, other than the, like, key main event guys, I would put him up there. And
probably the big part of Mike.
Yeah.
Right now. And, he's not a bad wrestler, he's a good wrestler. He's not the best wrestler, but he's good. He might just be doomed to be a mid-carder forever.
Yeah.
Like, if you could do, like, the opening guy, like...
That's okay.
You need a strong opener for whatever show you're doing. I mean, with Raw, it's a promo. But if you could wrestle an opening match, or if you could do a good opening promo, then you have a spot in the company. At least I think you do.
Yeah. There
If
you
you
go.
can
And if
conveniently-
we think it's important, that's all that really matters. Remember that, wrestlers.
Well, right, because, I mean, we did determine, like, we used to think that WWE had someone that watched our videos and would then implement ideas from them. But didn't we recently determine that we're just being spied on, like one of us got bugged or they're tracking our phone calls or something?
Yep.
Because, like, we said something and minutes later it happened.
Yes.
I think that just, like, wouldn't normally happen.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, probably the greatest segments I've seen in a long, long time. Daniel Bryan and Kane attend anger management.
Oh, God.
Did you
I
see
like
these?
that they're using main eventers in the comedy relief segment.
Did you see these? Did you?
I saw I think maybe the last half. I saw the end.
It was.
I missed Kane's slow clip, which I watched it later, and it was great.
Everything about them was perfect. Because they're both so angry. The whole thing is so absurd. The only thing I could think of to compare to this was the DX reunion where Shawn Michaels was the lunch lady. That's the only thing I could think of was as absurd as this segment.
I can't think of another absurd segment. I can think of a match that's on this level of absurdity. It's Santina versus Vicky Guerrero in a pig's sty match.
That match shouldn't exist.
I know, but it's that absurd. It just wasn't entertaining.
Yeah. Santino defeated Heath Slater. I take back everything I said in my Smackdown comments. I forgot that this happened.
I mean, it doesn't change. I mean, it sucks that he lost to Santino. I mean, I like Santino. I don't have anything against Isaac or anything against Heath Slater. I mean, it'd be cool if they pushed him more. Looks like they're gonna push him. I wish Santino would be around more. I really like Santino's character. I think he won me our fantasy league.
Cara and Brodus Clay defeated Cody and Damien. I really like Damien. Really don't care about the other three.
I must have missed that. Like, I don't remember these matches happening. But, like
I think we were
saw,
just bullshitting through that.
they,
Truth defeated Daniel Bryan.
I did see these. Yeah, only because Daniel Bryan snapped. Like, his anger management worked for like 2 seconds, and then he just like snapped and started yelling at Brock Lesnar guy in the audience. He's apparently a recurring character.
Yeah.
Or like Brock Lesnar.
And he punched Jim, which I felt great. Or fist
That's
bump.
probably
Yeah.
assault Bill Jimmy, and then, you know, just beat the crap out of Drew.
Hold on.
Oh, dude.
That was my phone.
Your ringtone is...
Well, only for this person.
That's amazing.
We have someone on right now. I'm not sure if she wants to be on our show, but Oprah, we're actually, that's right, Oprah. We're actually recording a wrestling podcast right now. Would you like to join in?
I couldn't do the kinds of shows that I see some other people do.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is talk about wrestling for a little bit. Is that okay?
Post my adolescent and adult life. My father didn't want me to be, because his idea of what an actress was one of these, rude women, and how are you going to take care of your life. So I always wanted to be an actress. And
well, now's your opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say, Oprah, I'm so honored that we can have you on our show. I'm just so amazed.
And believed that I was responsible for it. It wasn't until I was 36 years old, 36, that I connected the fact, oh, that's why I was that way. I always...
So, yeah, we're definitely honored to have you on the show, Oprah. Especially for something as big as this. We really want your opinion.
I'm very honored.
Yeah. So basically, Triple H said that he wasn't gonna, or he doesn't know if he's gonna be able to wrestle again. Do you have any advice for him just as he goes on? If he chooses to wrestle again or if he doesn't choose to wrestle again, do you just have any advice for him to see what he in his professional career? Oprah.
And
Advice.
so my intention is always, regardless of what the show is, whether it's about sibling rivalry or wife battering or children of divorce, for people to see within each show that you are responsible for your life, that although there may be tragedy in your life, there's always a possibility to triumph. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, and that the ability to triumph begins with you. Always. Always.
True.
Yeah, I think we should take this to heart.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
It's good to know that you would give him the same advice that you would give a battered woman. Everybody gets treated equally.
Well, I mean, I don't want to compare the tragedy of women being battered to what Triple H is going through. But I feel like, that's good advice all around. And Oprah just knows the right words for any situation. And if the right words for that situation are the right words for this situation, why change your message? Way to be, Oprah.
I was living with my mother and living under circumstances that a lot of young children have to deal with today. Even we weren't living in the projects, and if you had asked me at the time if we were poor, I probably would have said no, because when you are living it and you don't know anything else, you think that's the way life is. And I was raped when I was 9 by a cousin.
Wow.
Wow. I had no idea.
Clearly something that you wanted to get off your chest.
That's really heavy stuff. I mean, I didn't expect that when I found out you were on the show. Like, really heavy. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
No one should have to go through that.
If you wanted a major platform to tell someone, this is clearly it.
Yeah.
A 2-hour-long podcast about professional wrestling. Definitely.
Definitely.
Not on your own show. Now we're making jokes about Oprah being raped. I'm sorry, Oprah.
We should make rape jokes in the future.
Yeah. So, I mean, I thought overall this was a good promo. Well, I mean, it was hard for us to take it seriously because we know it's not true. Essentially, we know that he's gonna wrestle again. I think.
I mean, I think he's gonna wrestle again.
If anything, just one more match against Brock Lesnar, but I definitely see him wrestling in the future.
Yeah, I mean, Triple H of all people is not the person to go out on a loss, especially when, even if he wasn't the guy running the show, he does have such, an involvement with the company and such, a long history that he at least deserves to go out. If he's gonna lose a match as his last match, I mean, I guess Brock would have been a fitting opponent, but it would be they would have billed against his last match. He at least deserves that.
Yeah, and I mean Triple H is realistically he's probably a very money focused person, and there's definitely more money in him, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Very pleased and many times overwhelmed by it, but the money has never been the focus. The reason, I think if you're on the road to success, is if you would do your job and not be paid for it. And I would do this job and take on a second job to make ends meet if nobody paid.
Wow. You are talking shit straight to Triple H, Oprah.
Well, I mean, Oprah is, I believe, the most powerful woman in this country, at least according to Time.
Yeah. So, I mean, if...
I think you told me that. She's always on
Yeah.
in the Time Influential People list.
Yeah.
She,
But I mean,
she does have the power.
if she's,
Triple H does not.
if she's telling Triple H he's got to get his shit together and he's got to figure out, is it worth the money? Should I beat Brock Lesnar? He should really try to figure out the right reasons, try to figure out why he should do this. Oprah, do you have any last
Well, I
word?
want to comment on that. I don't mean to cut you off, Oprah, but I think that, she's right. He does need to, take a long, hard look at this. And, sometimes you just need someone to tell you that. And Oprah, just knows this situation so well that she is just giving the best advice that she could possibly give.
And
I think.
if Oprah
I think
says it's
great
the right
advice.
decision, it's probably the right decision.
Right there. Oprah, as we found out, quite a lot.
Yeah. Oprah, do you have any last words for Triple H?
For our show.
Yeah, because we're gonna hang up on you after you say this. So say whatever you want to Triple H.
We understand you're very busy, and we appreciate the time you've given to our show.
Yeah, especially for calling in, probably having something important to tell me.
Yeah, I guess you can call him back later, or you can give her my number.
Unless it was about being raped. But last words for Triple H.
Just part of the process for me as an adult has been to come to recognize that my inability as an adult female to say no, I call it my disease to please as a female, is the same thing that caused me to be victimized as a child. Because many times I would get myself into situations as an adult where I didn't want to say no because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want to say no because I didn't want anybody to me.
And that, to me, has been the greatest lesson of my life, is to recognize that I am solely responsible for it, and not trying to please other people, not living my life to please other people, but doing what my heart says all the time. That's the biggest lesson.
So you're saying Triple H should listen to his heart and not just do what the fans tell him to do. I think that's good advice, because the WWE universe tends to be split on lots of topics, because it's such a varied audience.
And
that
the audience is very instinctual too. Very rarely will they just sit down and really think about it and listen to their heart, like Oprah's saying.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of thinking going on in general. It's very guttural. Whereas, she has a point. Triple H should really, sit down and think it through and try and figure out what his heart's trying to tell him, and then go with that. I think that's great advice. Thank you so much, Oprah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're an inspiration to me. And
I think she's an inspiration to everyone. At least in America. I don't know. I'm sure she's an international superstar. But I feel like many people aspire to do what Oprah does and be like Oprah.
Absolutely.
I mean it sincerely.
Speaking of sincerely, I sincerely accidentally clicked out of the results for Raw and forget them. So, bear with us for a moment.
Well, we were talking about R-Truth when we got the call from Oprah.
Well, Triple H was the next thing, also. So.
Oh, right, the Triple H.
I found it bizarre that he was like, I might be done, though.
Oh, yeah. I guess we don't have tweets of the week, but can I say one of my favorite tweets from Raw? It was WWE Create. There's like a joke Twitter about they're claiming to be WWE creative, and they said, "Man, we're really hyping up Triple H for someone who's going to be retiring tonight." Which I think is a great way of poking at, they're building him up, and according to the app, they're selling a new shirt, even though he's going to be retiring that night. So I just think it was weird that they decided that he should get this fishing music, especially like mid-show. It was the 10 o'clock segment. It wasn't the main event. The whole thing just feels really weird to me.
Yeah, it was. WrestleZone put out today that it was basically because people didn't take it seriously at the pay-per-view. I don't think this made people take it more seriously.
Well, no, because after the loss, everyone was like, there's no way that Triple H of all people is going out on that match.
Their best bet might just be to do a Hell in a Cell match. Like, even if this was supposed to be Triple H's out, apparently people don't believe it. So their best, Triple H's arm definitely isn't broken. So.
It might be, hurt, but it's not, injured.
Yeah. So I think the best bet would be to just do something, even if it's tiny. People definitely aren't buying this as the last match.
And even if it's tiny, some sort of, if it's going to be his last match, tell people, yo, this might be his last match, you should watch. And even if they do, a billion times, like they did with Ric Flair, it's better than, pretending they're going to pull the plug on him afterward.
Well, like, now that you brought up Ric Flair, just in general, no one ever believes it's someone's last match because that's the precedent that wrestlers have set. And I feel like there should be, like, some sort of way to definitely know.
Well, the reason I say they should hype up the match as his last match is, after the Ric Flair thing, for months they said it was going to be his last match, and he managed to hold on, which was amazing. I mean, I know it's all fixed, but I'm still amazed that they let him go on that long, that they started the storyline that early, knowing it was going to end at Mania.
Yeah.
But, since people expect there to be multiple matches where they're going to be like, oh, this might be his last match, it's like his last match, if you do 0 matches like that, and then cut Triple H out of the company like that, no one's going to believe it.
Right.
Even if that's actually what you're doing. For months, people will just deny that it's happening.
Yeah, which is exactly where we are right now.
Right.
Zack Ryder, David Otunga. Do you care? Because I don't.
Ryder was on TV. We should act excited about that so that our fan base is get mad at us.
I feel like our fan base has stopped caring about Zack Ryder.
Yeah, probably. On Reddit, someone was like, so how come Ryder is popular but Daniel Bryan is? And someone was like, well, Daniel Bryan, before he was hired, was considered to be one of the best wrestlers wrestling today, whereas nobody ever thought Zack Ryder was a decent wrestler. They just liked his YouTube show for like a month. And, like, if you just need to like someone's YouTube show to get them on TV, we should have had we should have been the new Spirit Squad.
We are the new Spirit Squad.
I mean, like, as successful as Spirit Squad.
Hashtag, get that trending, people.
Hashtag new Spirit Squad.
GWSC is the new Spirit Squad.
That's a little long for a hashtag, but go for it.
If it trends, I will make love to any of you who find me and ask me to make love with you.
I make no such promise, but I'll do something nice.
Alright, so AJ skips out and says CM Punk versus John Cena at Night of Champions. It's happening.
So, yeah, she literally skipped backstage.
Good thing, bad thing? What do you think? I mean, obviously these guys will be fighting for their entire careers now.
Well, yeah. I can't say I'm surprised, especially after the ending of the Big Show match. And, while Triple Threat just brings excitement to it, like, it will draw people in. Oh god, 3 people, not Triple H, not Triple H at all. Punk can lose the title without getting pinned. Like, there's something to say for that. But again, Big Show is not the third person to throw into this feud. Literally anyone would have been better, I think. Other than Baller.
I mean, I do want these guys to, wrestle at Mania eventually, but I mean, it's a great match. They could go to it literally whenever they want. It doesn't matter who's the face, doesn't matter who's the heel, never will.
Well, now we're unsure who's the face. I mean, Seeing is going to be the face, and because he's seeing but like, if you look past their history, character-wise, you can't really tell.
Yeah, neither of them. It doesn't matter when they're wrestling.
Right.
It never will matter when they're wrestling. And
right.
That's sort of the beauty of it.
And that's like the sort of thing, like, whenever they have a match that, like, a feud they just can go back to whenever, it's always kind of like that. Or you have someone who's just such, like, a classic face and who's such a classic heel that, like, you just need to have seen them once and you'll just remember face.
Yep.
But that's not what's going on here.
Yeah, so then Punk and Lawler fought immediately after. Guys,
match to follow up.
This is your fault. I blame all of you. Never vote for the steel cage match.
I know, guys. How dare you?
You should know by now. Tables match probably would have been the best bet here, but I mean...
I agree. I guess I love tables matches, unconditionally.
Yeah. But hey, Punk...
So, I like how you contrast guys in the audience, even though, like, the audience had no say in the matter.
No, they definitely did. Because it's one of those things that doesn't change the outcome, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So.
Like, it's like, they busted the cage out of the storage container and shipped it out there. They're gonna use it.
They would have just done it for the dark match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You sold me on this whole Raw active thing being real just
oh,
now,
no,
so
I
congrats.
definitely think it's real. I just don't think it'll ever have any impact.
Oh, right. No, it never will. That's the beauty of it. But I was just thinking that it's totally not real, like it's just fixed. And you sold me on it.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
No, I mean, punk related, which is, I mean, kind of cool.
People seem to be pissed off about it on Twitter, and I don't get why.
I like when it happens as rare as it does right now. I think it's happening at the exact right amount that it should be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a sucker for, like, blood and heart convention stuff.
Blading in general shouldn't happen. I disagree with that, but the rate blood's been going is correct.
Yeah.
Whereas old school, it definitely wasn't. Blood should not happen every day.
Like every Tuesday, you could see someone bleeding.
Yeah.
Which I liked. Like, it's not good for the overall, I guess, art or sport or whatever. It's just not good overall.
Yeah. Okay. This is the point where we would take in listener questions, but since we don't have any, Boof and I will ask each other listener questions.
Okay.
Go.
So, there's quite a big of a gap between this last pay-per-view and the next pay-per-view, and with 3 hours to fill every week, do you think there will be anything interesting to do with this dead time in between, or will it just be, like, filler until they can start building up to the pay-per-view more?
I hope more Katie Vick jokes. Kane made one this week, and they're always good. More Katie Vick.
I'm amazed they keep bringing up, or bringing up at all, even, because they showed the clip on the past episode, right? Or in the build-up to?
No, they have not shown that clip. They will never show that.
They like, mentioned it around that time, and then they mentioned it again now, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Punk mentioned it last summer.
Oh, okay, so once a year is still a lot.
Yeah.
For a storyline that they never, ever admit happened. Like, they're, okay, the Bane thing was a tragedy, but I think it's something that they should be able to talk about.
No.
I think they decide no.
See, yeah, Benoit, I completely disagree.
I understand why they don't talk about it, but I think it's something, like, I don't think they should be cracking jokes, but I also think they should have just wiped him from the records entirely. Whereas the Katie Vick thing, they just talk about it, like, they joke about it, which it just seems kind of backwards.
The Katie Vick thing is a lot easier to cover up, like...
I know, and they just don't.
Like, no one knows, when Kane says, I had a girlfriend, Katie, and that didn't turn out so well. People, that's gonna slip by everyone, except for, like, us.
Except for people who use the internet.
But, like, even that, they're not gonna tell other people that he made a necrophilia joke.
Right.
They're just gonna know. And it's gonna be funny to them. But no one else it'll be funny to, but it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Whereas Benoit, people will know and people will say, oh shit, he mentioned Benoit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's been long enough that you could, like, he was a good wrestler, and if you, like, you can't even, like, acknowledge that happened without likely getting fired.
Well, like, is it okay to make a 9/11 joke?
I'm not saying you should joke about Benoit. You definitely shouldn't be joking about the Benoit situation.
Okay.
But you can't, like if you wanted, if you wanted to, like, if Benoit inspired you growing up, and you wanted to do, like, because Punk did the Macho Man thing after Macho Man died. If you wanted to do, like, a Benoit thing at any point in time, they wouldn't let you.
Yeah, I don't think he should be tributed. I think, if anything, it should be in a joking matter. But
Really?
Like, yeah, well, not necessarily in a joking matter, but, like, I don't think a tribute is the right thing to do. I don't think someone who murdered their family should be tributed in any way. Not saying that he's not a good wrestler, I just don't think...
I mean, I also... Okay, I take back, like, the tribute, you're right. Like, I don't think they should joke about murdering your family.
No, not... Maybe about Benoit the human. Or, like, the thing is they have to do it so over the top and in a way where people don't actually realize what you're saying. Like, it's that fine line, but I don't think they're ever going to cross it.
Okay. So I know that's different from what we were talking about, but yeah. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah. Katie Vick or Mae Young's hand?
What do you mean?
Kill, fuck, marry.
There are only two.
Jerry Lawler. And Katie Vick's already dead, but that doesn't stop
Vic,
you.
Jessica Young's hand.
No, the son. Remember when she gave birth to a hand?
When you said hand, I thought you meant the one attached to her wrist, not her son hand.
Nope.
I guess I can't marry or kill a hand. It's just a hand.
No, it's living.
Okay, it's a thing. Well, I figured by now it would have died with no
Did you
birth
see in the
brain or
1000th
anything.
episode? It came back, all grown up.
We haven't seen the 1000th episode, but you did tell me that it came back. I forgot. I figured it died.
No, alive, still kicking. It's probably about our age.
And Jerry Lawler. Well, I guess I can't kill or marry a dead person.
Well, I mean, you can.
I can't kill a dead person. So I guess I fuck our marriage for Gigi Vic. I don't want to go through that. So I guess marry Gigi Vic. I don't know if I want to fuck Jerry Lawler, whereas I do have experience fucking hands. So I guess the hand and kill Lawler? Yeah, so I'm marrying Gigi Vic, fucking the hand, and killing Jerry Lawler. I know your list. Oh, wait, what? I think I explained why. I can't kill a dead person.
I was gonna say, why are you fucking the hand?
Because I'm terrible with women.
That's funny to say. Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing.
I mean, I guess you could kill the hand and fuck Jerry Lawler, but I feel like the only option for the dead
But I
person.
mean, Jerry Lawler dead isn't such a bad thing. I
No.
take that back.
I mean, I don't really even dead. Can't be stretching the imagination. It's just this scenario.
Agreed. Oh, in related news, I was watching the crap that WWE puts on YouTube, and apparently Cody Rhodes' favorite restaurant is the Cheesecake Factory.
Really?
Yep.
I guess you your cheesecake.
He goes alone.
I mean, you're on the road, unless you have other people.
It's within walking distance from his house.
Oh, from his house. Is he married? No, he's young.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good for him. I've never been to the country, so I can't about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed this little thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys
Oh, are we?
join in. I mean, what else is there to talk about?
I don't know.
We could talk about our personal lives.
I mean, the RNC is going on.
The what?
Republican. Both of the conventions are going on, but that's not. I don't pay attention because I bag.
Do you guys want to hear about our personal lives? Too bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I talked about how bag would then more on some of my personal life.
I would like if you guys pieced together our personal lives and just told us stuff.
See, I'm like way too about it.
I would love for you guys to try to piece together our personal lives.
I
Reminder, because I like reminding people. We're going to WrestleMania. You can
Well,
go too. You're invited.
am I? Because I know you're going.
Yeah,
You
well,
won your ticket against Sean.
I would assume. Oh, well, yeah, you guys gotta earn your tickets, but
Yes.
yeah, I'm
I
going.
mean, Sean has. I understand Sean for redemption. Every time I do him going because quick way. How do you want to put the line? He hasn't responded.
Call him out. This is your
I-
platform.
That's kind of what it is. Sean, I know you want to make up for your. I would say less than excellent show in Connect 4, and I don't have any sort of competition in mind right now, but I can come up with something. And if you flag it or get to WrestleMania, I am a board man. You to make yourself. I think you definitely need to attempt redemption after that. Because, Connect 4. You do the pot. I would say make a couple hilarious. So, yeah, bring it on.
Shithead. I love you, viewers. Good night.
Good night.